Have you ever wondered why your grandmother could sleep peacefully through thunderstorms, yet now at 65, the slightest noise jolts you awake? What if I told you there's a simple fruit sitting in your kitchen right now that could restore that deep restorative sleep you've been missing for years? This isn't just folklore or wishful thinking. This is science meeting nature in the most beautiful way possible. My name is Dr. Fernando Manocchi. I'm a cardiac surgeon who has spent over 15 years in operating rooms, watching hearts beat under stress, and now I dedicate my time to helping people like you understand how your body works and what it truly needs to thrive. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects every single aspect of your health, your sleep. More specifically, we're going to explore how one remarkable fruit can transform your nights and, consequently, your days. Let me start with a story that might sound familiar. Maria, a vibrant 70-year-old woman, came to see me not for her heart, but because her sleep problems were affecting everything else. She described her nights as a battlefield where she'd wake up every 2 hours, toss and turn, visit the bathroom multiple times, and feel like her mind was racing even when her body was exhausted. She told me she felt like she was living in a fog during the day, forgetting conversations, feeling irritable with her grandchildren, and losing that spark that made her feel alive. What Maria didn't realize, and what many people over 60 don't understand, is that poor sleep isn't just an inconvenience. It's a cascade of problems that affects your immune system, your heart health, your brain function, your muscle recovery, and even your ability to maintain a healthy weight. Think of your body as a sophisticated factory that runs multiple shifts. Sleep is when the night shift takes over to repair, restore, and reset everything for the next day. When that night shift is constantly interrupted, the entire factory starts breaking down. Here's what happens inside your body when sleep becomes fragmented after 60. Your brain, which should be clearing out toxins and consolidating memories, instead accumulates waste products that could contribute to cognitive decline. Your heart, which should be resting and recovering, remains under stress, potentially leading to elevated blood pressure and irregular rhythms. Your muscles, which should be rebuilding and strengthening, begin to weaken because growth hormone production peaks during deep sleep phases. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is something I've observed both in my medical practice and through extensive research. There's a fruit that contains a unique combination of natural compounds that work together like a perfectly orchestrated symphony to promote deep, restorative sleep. This fruit is the humble kiwi, and the science behind its sleep-promoting properties is absolutely fascinating. Now, before you dismiss this as too simple or too good to be true, let me explain the science. Kiwi fruits contain a remarkable combination of serotonin, folate, antioxidants, and a compound called actinidin. Think of serotonin as your body's natural relaxation messenger. It's the precursor to melatonin, your body's sleep hormone. As we age, our natural production of both serotonin and melatonin decreases, which partially explains why sleep becomes more elusive after 60. The folate in kiwi fruits plays a crucial role in this sleep equation. Folate deficiency, which becomes more common as we age due to decreased absorption and dietary changes, has been linked to restless sleep and frequent awakenings. The antioxidants in kiwi, particularly vitamin C and vitamin E, help reduce inflammation throughout your body, including in your brain, creating a more conducive environment for peaceful sleep. But here's what makes kiwi truly special. The timing and combination of these compounds work synergistically. When you eat kiwi about an hour before bedtime, you're essentially giving your body a natural sleep cocktail that works with your circadian rhythms rather than against them, unlike many sleep medications that can leave you feeling groggy or dependent. Let me share another story that illustrates this beautifully. Robert, a 68-year-old retired engineer, was skeptical when I first mentioned the kiwi approach. He had been taking prescription sleep aids for 3 years and was concerned about the side effects he was experiencing: morning drowsiness, difficulty concentrating, and what felt like a dependence on the medication. Robert was the type of person who liked data and evidence, so I walked him through the research. Studies have shown that people who consume 2 kiwi fruits 1 hour before bedtime for 4 weeks experienced significant improvements in sleep quality, sleep duration, and sleep efficiency. Sleep efficiency is a term we use to describe the percentage of time you actually spend sleeping while in bed. Many people over 60 have poor sleep efficiency, spending 8 or 9 hours in bed, but only sleeping for 5 or 6 hours due to frequent awakenings and difficulty falling back asleep. What happened with Robert was remarkable, though not unusual. Within the first week of incorporating 2 kiwi fruits into his evening routine, he noticed he was falling asleep more easily. By the second week, he was waking up less frequently during the night. By the fourth week, he felt rested upon waking for the first time in years. Most importantly, he was able to gradually reduce his dependence on sleep medication, though he did this carefully under medical supervision, which I always recommend. The beauty of the kiwi approach is that it addresses multiple aspects of sleep disruption simultaneously. The natural sugars in kiwi provide a gentle, sustained release of glucose that prevents the middle-of-the-night blood sugar dips that can cause awakening. The fiber content helps stabilize this effect, preventing the blood sugar spikes and crashes that can interfere with sleep architecture. But let's talk about the enemies of good sleep after 60, because understanding these helps you appreciate why the kiwi solution is so effective. One of the biggest culprits is what I call the stress hormone cascade. As we age, our ability to manage stress hormones like cortisol becomes less efficient. Cortisol should naturally decrease in the evening, signaling to your body that it's time to wind down. However, chronic stress, certain medications, and even some dietary choices can keep cortisol elevated when it should be dropping. Many people don't realize that some common medications can interfere with sleep quality. Beta blockers, often prescribed for blood pressure, can reduce melatonin production. Some antidepressants can alter sleep architecture, reducing the amount of deep sleep you get. Diuretics, commonly prescribed for heart conditions or blood pressure, can increase nighttime urination, disrupting sleep continuity. If you're taking any of these medications, it's crucial to discuss with your doctor how they might be affecting your sleep and what adjustments might be possible. Another silent enemy of good sleep is inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation, which becomes more common as we age, can interfere with the natural sleep-wake cycle. This is where the anti-inflammatory properties of kiwi become particularly valuable. The vitamin C content in kiwi is extraordinarily high, higher than oranges, and vitamin C is a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that can help reduce the inflammatory burden that interferes with sleep. The magnesium content in kiwi, though modest, contributes to muscle relaxation and nervous system calming. Think of magnesium as nature's muscle relaxer. It helps regulate neurotransmitters that calm the nervous system and prepare your body for sleep. Many people over 60 have suboptimal magnesium levels due to decreased absorption and increased needs, making the magnesium in kiwi a welcome addition. Now let's talk about practical implementation, because knowledge without action doesn't change anything. The optimal approach isn't just eating any kiwi at any time. There's a specific method that maximizes the sleep-promoting benefits. Choose ripe kiwi fruits, as they have higher levels of the beneficial compounds we've discussed. The fruit should give slightly to gentle pressure, indicating ripeness and peak nutrient content. Timing is crucial. Consume 2 medium-sized kiwi fruits approximately 60 to 90 minutes before your intended sleep time. This allows the nutrients to be absorbed and begin their work as your natural circadian rhythms are shifting towards sleep mode. Some people find it helpful to pair the kiwi with a small amount of protein, like a few almonds or a small piece of cheese, to further stabilize blood sugar throughout the night. The preparation method can enhance the benefits. Some people prefer to peel and slice the kiwi, while others eat them with the skin on for additional fiber and nutrients. The skin is entirely edible and contains additional antioxidants, though some people find the texture off-putting. The key is finding a preparation method that you'll stick with consistently, because the benefits of kiwi for sleep are cumulative and most pronounced with regular consumption. Let me address a common concern. What if you have digestive sensitivities? Some people worry that eating fruit before bed will cause digestive discomfort or blood sugar issues. Kiwi is generally well tolerated, but if you have a sensitive stomach, you might start with 1 kiwi fruit and gradually increase to 2 as your system adapts. The natural enzymes in kiwi, particularly actinidine, actually aid digestion rather than hindering it. For people managing diabetes or blood sugar concerns, the glycemic index of kiwi is moderate, and the fiber content helps moderate blood sugar response. However, if you're taking medication for diabetes, it's important to monitor your blood sugar response when making any dietary changes and discuss this with your healthcare provider. Here's something fascinating that emerged from my years of working with patients. The benefits of improved sleep extend far beyond just feeling more rested. When people start sleeping better, their entire health picture begins to improve. Their blood pressure often stabilizes, their mood improves, their cognitive function sharpens, and their immune system strengthens. It's like a positive domino effect that starts with something as simple as 2 kiwi fruits before bed. Margaret, a 72-year-old patient, noticed that after 6 weeks of the kiwi routine, not only was she sleeping better, but her blood pressure readings at home were more consistent. Her morning joint stiffness was less pronounced, and she had more energy to play with her grandchildren. These weren't coincidences. They were the natural result of her body finally getting the restorative sleep it needed to function optimally. The science behind this interconnectedness is beautiful. During deep sleep, your body produces growth hormone, which helps repair tissues, including muscle and bone. It's during sleep that your immune system produces and deploys infection-fighting cells and antibodies. Your brain uses sleep time to consolidate memories and clear out metabolic waste that could contribute to cognitive decline. But let's also talk about what not to expect, because realistic expectations are important for long-term success. The kiwi approach isn't a magic switch that will immediately solve decades of sleep problems. Most people notice initial improvements within the first week, with more significant changes becoming apparent over 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. The effects are generally subtle and natural, not the heavy sedation that comes with sleep medications. Some nights will still be better than others, and that's normal. Factors like stress, illness, changes in routine, or even weather can affect sleep quality, regardless of what you eat before bed. The goal isn't perfect sleep every night, it's improving your overall sleep quality and reducing the frequency and severity of poor sleep nights. It's also important to understand that kiwi works best as part of a comprehensive sleep hygiene approach. Think of it as one powerful tool in a toolkit rather than a standalone solution. This means maintaining consistent sleep and wake times, creating a sleep-conducive environment that's cool, dark, and quiet, limiting screen time before bed, and managing stress through relaxation techniques or gentle evening activities. The bedroom environment plays a crucial role in sleep quality after 60. As we age, we become more sensitive to temperature fluctuations, light, and noise. The ideal sleep temperature is typically between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Many people over 60 find that they're more comfortable with slightly warmer temperatures than younger adults, but the room should still feel cool enough to promote the natural drop in body temperature that facilitates sleep onset. Light exposure is another critical factor. The blue light emitted by televisions, smartphones, and tablets can suppress melatonin production, counteracting the natural sleep-promoting effects of kiwi. Consider establishing a digital sunset, turning off screens at least an hour before bedtime, ideally around the same time you're enjoying your kiwi fruits. Let's discuss the broader implications of chronic sleep deprivation after 60, because understanding these helps motivate consistent implementation of sleep-supporting strategies. Poor sleep accelerates cellular aging through increased oxidative stress and inflammation. It impairs glucose metabolism, potentially contributing to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. It weakens immune function, making you more susceptible to infections and reducing your body's ability to respond to vaccines. Perhaps most concerning from a cardiac surgeon's perspective, chronic sleep deprivation increases the risk of cardiovascular disease through multiple mechanisms. It elevates blood pressure, increases inflammation in blood vessels, and alters the balance of hormones that regulate appetite and metabolism, potentially leading to weight gain and additional cardiac risk factors. The kiwi approach addresses several of these pathways simultaneously. The antioxidants reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. The natural compounds support healthy glucose metabolism. The improved sleep quality allows your cardiovascular system to rest and recover properly. It's a comprehensive approach wrapped up in a simple, delicious package. Now, let's create your practical action plan, because implementation is where transformation happens. Start by purchasing ripe kiwi fruits, enough for 1 week to begin with. Store them at room temperature if they need additional ripening, then refrigerate once ripe to maintain optimal nutrient levels. Plan your evening routine to include kiwi consumption 60 to 90 minutes before your target bedtime. Create a sleep ritual around this practice. Perhaps you'll enjoy your kiwi while reading a book, practicing gentle stretches, or listening to calming music. The ritual aspect is important because it signals to your brain that sleep time is approaching, enhancing the natural sleep-promoting effects of the fruit itself. Keep a simple sleep log for the first month. Note how long it takes you to fall asleep, how many times you wake during the night, how you feel upon waking, and your overall sense of sleep quality. This isn't about obsessive tracking. It's about noticing patterns and improvements that might otherwise go unrecognized. Be patient with the process and remember that sleep improvement often follows a pattern of gradual enhancement rather than dramatic overnight changes. Some people notice improvements in sleep onset within the first few days, while sleep maintenance and morning refreshment may take several weeks to optimize. Consider discussing this approach with your healthcare provider, especially if you're currently taking sleep medications or have underlying health conditions that affect sleep. Many physicians are supportive of natural approaches that can reduce dependence on sleep medications, but any changes to medication regimens should be made under medical supervision. If you have family members or friends over 60 who struggle with sleep, consider sharing this approach with them. Sleep problems are incredibly common in this age group, and natural solutions like kiwi can benefit almost everyone. Sometimes having a sleep buddy who's trying the same approach can provide motivation and accountability. Remember that small, consistent actions create profound changes over time. Your body has a remarkable capacity for healing and restoration when given the right tools and conditions. Quality sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental requirement for health, vitality, and enjoyment of life. You deserve to wake up feeling rested, alert, and ready to embrace each day with energy and enthusiasm. The path to better sleep doesn't require expensive supplements, complicated routines, or drastic lifestyle changes. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones, hidden in plain sight in our kitchens and grocery stores. 2 kiwi fruits, consumed mindfully and consistently, can be the key that unlocks the restorative sleep your body has been craving. Your heart has been beating faithfully for decades. Your brain has been processing countless thoughts and memories. Your muscles have carried you through thousands of days. They all deserve the gift of quality sleep to repair, restore, and prepare for whatever tomorrow brings. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, remember that you have the power to transform your sleep naturally, gently, and effectively. Take that first step tonight. Choose your kiwi fruits, set your evening routine, and give your body the natural sleep support it's been waiting for. Sweet dreams aren't just wishful thinking anymore. They're a delicious reality waiting for you to discover. Share this knowledge with someone you care about, because everyone deserves the gift of peaceful, restorative sleep. Your journey to better nights and brighter days starts with something as simple and natural as the humble kiwi fruit.